first few words that come to my mind, I think of Gene Hackman. Stoic presence, and then versatile. This guy could do anything and everything, and he made it look easy.
He was a legendary leading man, a versatile actor, starring in blockbusters like Crimson Tide.
Terminate launch, all missiles.
And Mississippi Burning, playing a dogged FBI agent investigating the murders of 3 civil rights activists.
You got a stupid smile, you know that, pal?
But at age 95, Gene Hackman, found dead alongside his 65-year-old wife, classic pianist Betsy Arakawa, and one of their dogs at their home in a gated community in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
All I can say is they have been deceased for quite a while.
Authorities now investigating their deaths as suspicious.
Santa Fe 911, what is it? Emergency.
A security guard calling 911 yesterday after a worker at the Hackman property noticed the home's door was ajar.
Are they breathing?
I have no idea. I'm not inside the house. It's closed. It's locked. I can't go in. But I see them. She's laying down on a floor from the window.
Okay. Are they moving at all?
No, dude, they're not moving. Just send somebody out here really quick.
A search warrant affidavit revealing new information.
There was no indication of a struggle. There was no indication of anything that was missing from the home or disturbed. That would be indication that there was a crime that had occurred.
Police say that they don't see any signs of foul play, but they don't know what this was. So they have to treat this as if there is a potential that it was a crime, that there is a potential that there was foul play.
Hackman's daughters and granddaughter releasing a statement saying he was loved and admired by millions around the world for his brilliant acting career. But to us, he was always just dad and grandpa. We will miss him sorely and are devastated by the loss. Hackman was one of the titans of American cinema, speaking to Diane Sawyer in 1990 about the magic of acting.
I desperately wanted to be an actor from the time I was 10 years old, but I was so shy and so intimidated by the process.
What was the thing you wanted in acting?
I suppose to be transported to somehow or another to play these people who seem to have this great life. For me, I suppose the most enjoyable thing I do is when I can make a scene work, when I feel I've contributed to another actor, where it's electric, and where you've satisfied yourself that you have done everything you can to make that come alive. That to me is heaven, I suppose.
Gene Hackman really feels like one of those actors of the greatest generation. We think of that as like one of the greatest decades of cinema, and he was a huge part of that. It was so interesting to see him transcend into multiple decades.
He first made a name for himself in Bonnie and Clyde as Clyde's wily brother, Buck.
We're going to have ourselves a time, boy!
His illustrious acting career spanning over 5 decades, starting on the stage and transitioning his versatile performances in film and TV, earning him a host of awards, including 2 Academy Awards. His first win coming for his portrayal of Jimmy Popeye Doyle in 1971's The French Connection.
I don't buy that, Irv. The stuff is in that car.
I'll see you in hell with your money.
And 2 decades later, he would take home the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for Unforgiven.
Yeah. I told you.
Hackman was good at playing evil. He did so as Superman's arch nemesis, Lex Luthor, in 3 films.
You were great in your day, Superman.
Sharing this on GMA from the set of Superman 4.
You have little kids come up to you on the street and say, you're the evil guy, and it's kind of fun.
He was a mainstay in the 80s and 90s with movies like Enemy of the State with Will Smith, as they worked together to prove Smith's character's innocence.
You're either incredibly smart or incredibly stupid.
And he would captivate a younger generation in Wes Anderson's The Royal Tenenbaums. But many will remember him as the coach who always knew how to get the best out of his team, rallying his high school basketball players in Hoosiers.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
He was both equal, like this cuddly teddy bear, but also sinister at the same time. He was this chameleon of an actor that we don't get very often. He doesn't phone it in. He gives his all every single time.
Hackman stepped back from Hollywood in his later years, later revealing he retired because of heart issues. He moved to Santa Fe, New Mexico to spend time in nature and work on his other passion, writing novels. Talking about his quieter life outside Hollywood on CBS Sunday Morning.
Almost without exception, every time I walk this path, I think about people who were here, 200 years ago.
Hackman and his wife were found inside the Santa Fe home they loved so much. Deputies finding the 95-year-old on the ground near the kitchen area, one observing a pair of sunglasses located near the left of his body, leading him to believe the male individual has suddenly fallen. The bodies showed signs of decomposition, indicating they had been dead for some time.
There was no indication of a struggle. There was no indication of anything that was missing from the home or disturbed.
They immediately, in a bathroom in the home, found Hackman's wife, Betsy Arakawa, that she was down inside the bathroom. There were pills that were strewn about. There was a prescription medication bottle that was near her.
One of the couple's dogs, a German Shepherd, found dead about 10 to 15 feet from Arakawa in a closet of the bathroom. The couple's two other dogs found alive on the property.
I think there was a dog door where they had access to come in and out of the house. So the other dog didn't. He was in a kennel or a crate. It's concerning that everyone in the house, including the dog, is deceased.
Spread my wings and let 1,000 things.
Tributes from other actors pouring in from around the world, including Hank Azaria, who co-starred with him in the 1996 comedy The Birdcage. Writing on Instagram, "It was an honor and an education working with Gene Hackman, sending all my love to his family and friends." Gwyneth Paltrow, who played Hackman's daughter in The Royal Tenenbaums, simply posting a photo of them together from the movie with a broken heart emoji. And fellow acting great Clint Eastwood remembering his dear friend. There was no finer actor than Gene, intense and instinctive, never a false note.
Art is the only language that is universal in this world. It's the only language that we all speak. Art transcends the borders and walls of us all. And when people come out and are grateful for your contribution to that language, it shows a job well done.
And it was a language Hackman spoke so well. In 2003, at 72 years old, Hackman was honored with the Cecil B. DeMille Lifetime Achievement at the Golden Globes.
I never wanted to be anything but an actor. George Scott had a line in Patton that I think is appropriate. God help me, I love it. I truly do.